Hey guys, welcome back. I have got another Vegas video for you today, so I hope you're enjoying these. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the best day trips from Vegas. I know for me and for a lot of locals, it's just nice to get out of town and to go see somewhere new, even if it's just for the day. And the nice thing about Vegas is that there are a lot of places that are really close to town that only take you anywhere from like 45 minutes to just a few hours to get there. So if you just want something new and fun to go spend the day doing, there are a lot of different places that you can go for that. So I'm gonna just put together a quick list for you guys, and let's just jump right on in. All right, number one is the Grand Canyon, and I know that's a place that's on a lot of people's list to go see. And the nice thing about living in Vegas is that it's only about 4 hours away, so you can just kind of make a day trip out of it, or even just go for a few days and go spend some time exploring the park. And a little pro tip for you, if you go in the winter months, it's way less busy, so you can just skip the crowds in the summer and go in the winter. But yeah, it's only a few hours away, so if this is something that's on your list, which I think it definitely should be, it is not that far from Vegas, so go make a day trip out of it, or go make a quick little weekend trip out of it and go see the Grand Canyon. Number two is Death Valley, and Death Valley is on the border of California and Nevada and is only about 2 hours away from Vegas. And there's actually a lot of things to see there. There's a ghost town, there's salt flats, there's sand dunes. It's just a really unique place to go visit. And if you go during the warmer months, obviously just make sure to bring some water, but it is definitely a good day trip from Vegas, and is just a really cool place that I think everyone should see. Number three is Valley of Fire, and that's a state park, which is like 45 minutes from Vegas. But the thing that really makes it stand out is like the bright red sandstone and the petroglyphs that are there. And on top of that, I think the park is like 45,000 acres or something crazy like that. But it's a super short drive from town, and it also has some really great hiking. So if you want to go explore the park on foot, you can go do that, or it's just really cool to go drive through and take some pictures. But yeah, super close to town and just something that's really cool to see. So I would highly recommend going and making a day trip out of that. Number four is Zion National Park, and Zion is up in Utah, but is only like a 2.5 hour drive from Vegas. It's known for its hiking, but it's also just beautiful, and there's a bunch of wildlife viewing and museums and guided tours and things like that that you can do, or you can just go drive through it and just take pictures and see how beautiful it is. But it's definitely another great day trip option, and it's not that far. So if you want to just get out of town and see somewhere new and go check off a national park on your list, Zion is a great option for that. Number five is Bryce Canyon, which is another national park and is just up past Zion a little ways. It's probably 3.5 to 4 hours from Vegas. And a lot of people tend to combine Zion and Bryce Canyon into one trip if you want to do that. But again, there's some really great hiking there, and it's also really famous for its sunrise and sunset pictures overlooking the canyons and the red rocks there. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, it's beautiful, and I would definitely recommend either adding it to your Zion trip or just making a separate trip out of it, because it's definitely something to see. Number six is Mount Charleston, and I feel like a lot of people actually don't know about Mount Charleston, but it's only about a 30 to maybe 45-minute drive depending on where you live in town. But in that amount of time, you can go from the desert up to the mountains, and in the winter you can go skiing or snowboarding or sledding up there. There's a little ski resort there and a lodge up there. And in the summer, there's some really great hiking or mountain biking trails. and it's really nice, especially in the summer, to just go up and get out of the heat. But it's really the perfect day trip because it's so close, and no matter what time of the year it is, there's something really fun to do up there. So if you're just kind of aching to get out of town or want to go up to the mountains for a day, Mount Charleston is really close and is a really good option for that. Number 7 is Lake Mead, and if you're not familiar with Lake Mead, it's actually the biggest reservoir in the country and is a man-made lake right off the Colorado River. And it's only about a 30-minute drive from town, maybe a little bit more or less depending on what area of town you live in. But it's really fun to just go spend a day out there and to go boating or fishing or swimming or kayaking or water skiing or whatever you want to do out there. But especially in the summer when it's hot, it's really fun to just go spend a day out on the lake and enjoy some time on the water. So number 8 is Hoover Dam, and if you've never been out to Hoover Dam, I would highly recommend going, especially if you're already gonna go out to Lake Mead. There's a lot of history out there that you can go see, and they offer tours that you can go check out the dam. And if you want a more unique view of it, there's even some helicopter tours that you can go do. But it's just something really cool and a great little piece of history that's right outside of town. So especially if you're already heading out that way to Lake Mead, I would definitely recommend adding that to your day trip list. Number 9 is Red Rock Canyon, and Red Rock is a super quick day trip because it's only like 20 to 30 minutes outside of town, right outside of Summerlin. And it's actually a 13-mile loop that goes around the conservation area, but it has some really great hiking and mountain biking and horseback riding, and even rock climbing out there. So if you just want to get out of town and go be outside for a day and just get some exercise, Red Rock is beautiful and is just a really fun, really close day trip if you're in Vegas. Okay, number 10, and I think I'm gonna combine these two just for like similarity purposes, but I would say number 10 is a toss-up between LA and San Diego. LA is usually like a 3.5 hour drive from Vegas. San Diego is usually about 4, but obviously it's great if you just wanna get out of town and go to the beach, go to some theme parks or go to some famous restaurants out there. It is a little bit of a long day trip, so a lot of people make it into a weekend trip just to kind of get out of town and go enjoy the beach. But those are both pretty close options, especially to go be in a new city. So if you're wanting to just get out of town, those are also some great options for you. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that gave you some new ideas for some day trips in Vegas. Obviously there is a lot more than that, but that's a good place to start, I think. And if you've been to any of these places, tell me what your favorite is down below. But if you are thinking about moving to Vegas or are interested in buying or selling or are just wanting to see what that might look like for you, feel free to leave me any questions that you might have. I'm a realtor here and I would love to help you out. But until my next video, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.